Welcome back to another episode of the Strongman Winner's Circle podcast with my co-host, Anthony Furman.
Hola.
And with our very special crossover guest today of Mack Roesch. And for you guys that don't know, the king of obstacles, he's a frequent competitor.
All hail the king of obstacles.
He's a frequent competitor of the American Ninja Warrior in the elite Spartan Races. He's competed in other shows like Steve Austin's Broken Skull Ranch and Telemundo's Exatlo.
Exatlo.
He's always pushing the limits. He's our buddy, King Mack. Mack, welcome.
Ooh, what an intro.
Gracias in Espanol. That means thank you.
Yeah, we have to tell Nicholas because Nick doesn't know any Spanish, apparently.
It is true.
It's because he's a gringo. Wait, is that a slur? Wait, is that a slur or is that just a name for a white dude?
Tell us.
Is everybody here white dudes?
Yeah, but is gringo like a slur or is it just like a name for a white guy?
I learned that. They taught me. They said gringo is any outsider from anywhere. So they're the gringos if they're here.
Ah, interesting. So you learn something new about culture every time we do one of these episodes. Excellent segue. So if those of you don't know, Mac, I met him down in Tampa, Florida. I was living there and he came to train with his crazy stunts and his chiseled abs and all that stuff in the CrossFit gym. And we just he had the stones. So we kind of had a common connection because he knew about Strongman. And, through the years, he's tested over in our side. I got to support him on American Ninja Warrior, which is actually pretty cool. I got to see a live run of his. And I tell you, he's not just a fast guy. He's not just a big guy. He's not just a smart guy. He's not just a dumb guy. There's a lot of layers to this guy. Like he's not one thing, and it's awesome to see. And that's why he's so successful. So Mac, thank you for coming.
Thank you for the big opening credits. They call that the opening credits. And I'm going to give you guys credit. You guys, world's strongest right there. Right there.
Can be. High five.
Veterans of a lot of different things and peacemakers and peacekeepers, but when angered, watch out.
The duality of man. Well, it's got very existential very quickly. So I'm going to start off with the first question, Mac.
All right.
Why did you want to use my stones that day? That day we met. Why? You know what I mean? You're just you're kind of like an obstacle guy, and it blew my mind.
God dang, man, that's a great question. Wow, why did I want those stones? I knew I wanted to lift them. That's unanimous. I want to lift them.
Yeah.
But I think I have a dream of being pulled in the direction of strong because all my family growing up is known for big, pretty much overweight and strong. Right? There's only a couple people in the family, like my grandfather and my mom, who have any kind of endurance or cardio of any nature. So it's just kind of been embedded in my DNA to be a big, strong German guy. So if anybody didn't know, I'm German, Italian, and Native American. So I get a little bit of the best of both worlds, I think. And I've always was bullied as a child growing up. A very little, skinny, small guy of the family. I didn't take the German side. I took the skinny Italian growing up. And
the Canby side.
I wasn't skinny growing up, but
where were you like growing up?
Who me? Ooh, well, first 6 years I spent in Italy, roaming around the streets of Florence.
Capiche, calzone.
And then in grade school, between like second and seventh grade, I was that kind of like the overweight little Italian boy. So it took till middle school to kind of break out of that mold.
Mama, I don't need more Alfredo.
I'm sorry,
carbonara.
So we're both in a different way breaking out of the molds of what we were growing up. So it's like, look, I got to fight through this. I got to improve myself. And that's pretty much what leads me into these gyms.
How tall are you, Mac?
6'1".
So you went from a skinny little kid to a 6'1", 220-pound Greek god.
Well,
so that's the power of your mind right there. You can take whatever, you can make your body whatever you need to be. I mean, you guys haven't seen Mac, check him out. You could tell this guy works out. You can tell this guy's in shape. So, and it's crazy actually. You are like the biggest man to ever do well in obstacle course races, aren't you?
Yeah. There's not many. There's one other guy I can come to name. It's not even 200 pounds. But as far as 200 and over, yeah, I'm your guy.
And you do well though. It's not like you just do them. I mean, like you win. Like you're well known. Like you get invited. Like
yeah, thank you, man. It's been I've been invited to Dubai now. I've been invited all the way from New York to California. Now all the way into the Latin countries down south. So
yeah, they love you down. They love you down there now.
Yeah, the gringo, man.
The gringo that can also communicate in their language. That's double win.
Now, how did you get into that? The competing in the obstacle races.
Well, that's a good question. I didn't know I had a talent. I did not know, especially being a big guy, because when I did discover that I had a talent in obstacles, I was the biggest, strongest guy in the gym. I was next to Ben Pulowski. I don't know if you know him, doing the same sets, the same reps, the same weight. I was, easily lifting 4 plates on the bench, on the squats, on the deadlifts. And I was just a monster on any machine. I would just rack it all the way and just kill myself, man. So I was just like, whatever, let's go try something that made me puke. I ran into these ladies on the beach with a boot camp. They made me throw up. I'm like, what is this? This is fitness, I guess. This is what fitness is all about. So they're like, hey, come over and check out this backyard workout we're going to do. And I'm like, man, I just threw up, but you know what? It's a bunch of ladies. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, how long ago was that?
Oh, man, that's like 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
No, so you went from obviously like a more bodybuilding style meathead to throwing up on the beach and wanting to do obstacles, do endurance stuff, right?
Yeah. I got to my biggest weight was 230. That was just straight in the gym, just being a maniac.
Yeah, and like you've always been very lean too, so that's a big 230.
I didn't mind 230. I got a lot of compliments from a lot of my friends at 230. It didn't matter about the abs. People were amazed.
It's always your friends, man, and it's never the women.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to get to. Go right where I was thinking. I'm like, but you know what they like though? They don't like that big giant man.
Yeah, that's like the chronic. Like I work out for the ladies, but only my friends care.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I love it.
Part of the blessing, though.
So tell us so right now in your course every day, what does your training consist of? And then like how often do you train per week? And yeah, tell us a little bit about kind of what your day by day.
How do you train to be an obstacle course runner? How do you to be so strong and fit?
That's a great question. It's a lot of trial and error throughout, a lot of experimentation and dabbling in a jack of all trade type of thing. So I will go all out in one or the other. Like I did powerlifting, became a little bit miserable because of the long waiting time. I found strong good. I really like to do that stuff, but at the same time, I didn't quite see myself as strong enough as I could be. So CrossFit was really good because I was the strongest one in those gyms, but then I had to work on that engine. So then I got an engine. This is how I'm evolving, right? So I got into the obstacle courses, and that was for me, like cat-like reflexes. You need the explosiveness. That's what the other guys who have great endurance don't have, is that explosiveness. And that could take me through, 2 to 4 minutes of all out effort, with all the stuff that I've been doing. So now I'm actually wearing the Spartan shirt because it's kind of like, it's kind of engraved on my heart now to do all this endurance stuff. I have extremely high blood pressure, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, or say Eddie Hall when he does a humongous lift on TV, the nose bleeding. I mean, the heart palpitations, everything is just on my health. So I'm like, you know what? The only thing I haven't done, and I don't want to do it, and I don't like doing it, and I know it's going to help me, is the dang long distance, slow, easy walking distances, running now, biking. So I'm really, really kicking it up like 1,000 levels on that stuff. But I, for some reason, am having not a hard time losing any muscle. So I'm really happy. You saw me, I'm eating steak and broccoli. Yeah. I think I get enough protein in the fasting as well. Keeps my hormones to where I'm just steady staying with it. Like if I need it, life or death, I think I could lift 4 plates on the bar somewhere. If it had to be done.
Somehow that's coming off the ground.
Yeah, it's coming off the ground.
Mac, how often do you fast?
I just, this is a good question, man. This is complex answer. When I was in fasting, like legit, like I would do 3-day fasts just without anything but water. And that would just be a maintenance thing I would do a couple times a year. Right. But we all fast, if we skip a lunch, we skip a breakfast and a lunch,
True.
those type of things. So, I mean, I can do that, half the week, a little more than half the week. I'll be skipping some meals that I think are important to me. But then the other side says fasting is important.
So you're doing essentially intermittent fasting.
I keep it guessing, man. I don't let my body catch up to what I'm putting it through.
I mean, that's one way to keep that engine working, right? Don't let it shut down.
The human body will just adapt, man. I've seen people training every day in the gym. They never change, bro. I see people eating great, but they never change. It's because you got to constantly change everything.
Yeah. I think there's a big mental component that I think once you actually accept that you want to change, like your body reacts to what your mind tells it to. So I think that's a big part of it. I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah, definitely being in the military, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. You're talking about not getting to eat, right? Yeah, I know.
Well, that true crap that you just did not expect that day.
Yeah, man, it happens. That's every day. That's in the strongman promotion world. Every something happens every day. Wild.
Yeah.
So for your contests, your shows, or whatever you're competing in, how do you generally peak physically but mentally as well for these? How do you peak for these shows?
The banging questions, man. Nice. Yeah. So it's kind of it's like going back to what Anthony said. It's a lot of psychological and mental, especially at the highest level. So everybody's pretty well prepared. I mean, everybody. So you're going up against other people who have been prepared. So you know that you need to be prepared. And even if you don't know you're prepared, you need to know that you're comfortable in these situations. So kind of like it's mental, it's faith, it's confidence, believing in yourself. And that's really what I bring into it. And honestly, if I want it bad enough, it's going to work out. And I don't have a regret ever. Like I go in with all right, look, this could go all my way or this could go all the other way. Both ways, I'm already mentally prepared to be like, this is okay. But I run into people who are like, no, man, you got to win always. It's like, I can't live that stressful life, man. If every single thing I do has got to be a win. In my eyes, a win is getting out there, getting on that start line.
And in the arena.
The arena, exactly. The bar.
Getting out there is a win in itself.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I know some people like that myself. I had a mixture. Sometimes I went in with a lot of stress on myself, but that was self-caused stress because I would publicly say I was going to win. But yeah, I did that once. I'll never do that again. But for the most part, I do the same approach. I do try and you can only control what you can control. The outcome is the outcome. Do your best kind of thing.
Great question. Good answer.
Well, if you like that question, I got many more. This is always a good one. This is what we like to ask most of our strongman guests, but this is for you. When did you realize your potential in the sport? When did it click on that you said wow, I am the King Mack. I'm really good at this stuff.
When did the King come around? Because I feel like it's around the same time frame.
Man, wow, these are some serious, deep questions. Can you agree with me that this comes in waves? Like, when did you know? And you're like, I knew then, but then I wasn't so sure then, but then I knew then. And then
your psyche trying to poke around and say, hey, can we do this?
But was there a first event or a first contest or first show that you dominated or destroyed or even did well at or have fun at that you say, wow, I really have a future in this?
Yeah, there's a lot of spurts of highs in life. And that makes me realize the highs and the lows, they don't come without each other. You got to have the highs and the lows. And those highs are so important to me. When I had that high, I knew okay, this is the right path for me because it felt so divine. You know what I mean? It just felt like everything aligned. It felt like this was meant to be and nothing was going to stop it. And it wasn't that bad. But at the same time, you knew you were out there and you knew you were doing something that was aligned with your destiny. And those for me are, championships and wins and victories in obstacle course races. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these TV shows, I had that experience.
I'm sorry, Nick, your face with the light on it.
What is it?
With the light on it. I'm trying to listen to him talk and I just keep seeing that.
I can't escape it.
All right. Sorry, Mike. I'm not laughing at you, Mac. I just got a glimpse of Camby.
No, I see it too.
It ruins the whole interview.
I can do this.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, wow.
but continue, Mac. You're on a good track.
Okay, so yeah, I got on Ninja Warrior. It wasn't the same feeling as I progressed. I got better feelings. Like, oh yeah, it was cool, the Ninja Warrior party. I couldn't believe so many people showed up to watch. That was like an indication of like, okay, how do I keep this up? Like this, I want to keep going in this. I think I'm supposed to. Look at how many people have showed up that it mattered to them, that see somebody doing something. It was good, because half the time I was like, I'm battling demons in my private life. It's not a big deal or whatever. But then the world is like, oh, it's a big deal to be on these shows. So I'm like, okay, it is. It feels good. It feels like a big deal.
And you feel it's like almost impersonator syndrome. You feel like you're impersonating a successful athlete or a successful person.
It feels like you're fighting imaginary haters and like your own demons that you made up that just
but it's all you hating on yourself.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that take. That's a good take. Save that take, Nick.
Save it. Well, the whole thing's getting recorded, so it's always being saved.
Well, let me finish the question, just to add that extra thing that's going to help others that are listening to this whole thing. Yeah, that was individual. Ninja Warrior, that's an individual sport. It's like Strongman. But it's when I got into that team event and we won, I realized, man, there's a whole new untapped potential that I didn't even know, that when you join with other people who are doing things similar, with similar interests and similar goals, it takes you to a whole new level that I had never experienced before.
Yes, sir.
Give us an example. Was that on Broken Skull Ranch, or was that more of the Spartan Races?
That was the Spartan team challenge, man. I cried on the first match, and then from there we just dominated everything. I barely made it, and I thought it was over. I couldn't believe we dominated so much after that. It's like we broke through this barrier. We broke through this wall where you're just like, all right, whatever happens, it ain't no problem from this point on. Once you get through this part, the rest is just easy.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say you cried on Broken Skull for a second. I was like, no, not for the Stone Cold.
He cried.
Yeah, but he's allowed to cry. He's Stone Cold.
He cried?
Nah.
No, it's Stone Cold didn't cry, Nick. He's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was going to say, maybe after I rock bottom, but if anything.
He's not, like, his character isn't an act. That's just who he is.
Is that true, Mac? You met him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's not in character. He is who he is on and off the camera. The exact same guy. You can really see it if you meet him, but take my word for it. Same guy.
Did you ask for a Stone Cold Stunner?
Yeah, you should have given him a can of whoop ass.
No, you just like please stunner me. It would be.
Yeah. Give me a stunner, Stone Cold. I'm sure he never hears that. Get some quick way to get off the show.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. He's a superstar, man. There got a couple times where we got to hang out with him, real short times. That's it.
Yeah, that's how it was with The Rock on the Titan games.
Yeah.
So if you like those questions, Mac, I got a loaded one for you right now. So for someone that has been on TV and in the spotlight, we need to shine some light on. We need to kind of bring that expertise and kind of shine some light for our audience. So we're starting to see more TV and airtime for strongman athletes. For example, the Clash on the Coast contest and series. What is the best way for competitors to really maximize their time on air? What can they do to leave a lasting impression on the audience?
He's asking this for himself.
This is for, I already know, I'm already great on TV, but it's for,
I love it, Nick. Yes.
Yeah, it is a heart connection is what they taught me on, as from the producers. They taught me it's a connection to others' hearts. But if you ask me in another way to explain it, I would say show your true character, your vulnerable side, and your overcoming side. People love that underdog.
They do. They eat that up. Although I know some of these guys, and I don't think they should show their true character. That's a little boom.
even if it's a non-verbal moment, your character could
No,
just be.
I encourage that all the time. Be a human, and be someone can relate to.
Yeah, I mean, just get connected to others' hearts. That's so challenging, especially when you're in competition mode for a male sport, because we're not trying to connect. We're just trying to do the task, which is just straight focused, tunnel vision to get that job done. So what you're going to have to do is be authentic and also be considerate that people are watching, and also connect with them in whatever unique way that may be.
Well, this is where the other guy comes in handy. King Mack comes in handy. Flama Blanca comes in handy, because you can turn performing into part of the competition. So you don't have to separate the two. So as you perform, you're a personality. And that's really what comes in handy with, like I said, kind of separating that psyche out and creating a persona.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. And your long stories, like a long history, you may not bring it all that day, but if you have a huge backstory, like that can bring your reputation and bring it into a new place. That can be very big.
And, if people don't think they have a story, it doesn't matter. You have a story. Your story is going to resonate with somebody.
Yeah, that story, that is connecting.
Very good advice, Mac.
Thank you, Mac. Great answer. Mac, fill in the blank and explain why. Winners are blank.
Winners are ruthless.
I love it.
That's a new one. So tell us why.
Well, they're ruthless at the objective and the goal, that they are there to be the winner. So they have to get to be the winner through all kinds of opposition. Ruthless is how you have to do it, whether or not you have compassion. You can still be ruthless and have compassion. After you are the champion, you can give the other person a high five or look upon them and lift them up with compassion. But meanwhile, you were ruthless the whole time.
Interesting take on it from such a nice guy.
All right, Mac, fill in the blank and explain why. Losers are blank.
Ooh, man, I got to come across the politically right way here.
Yeah, if you're not, Michelle will get you.
Oh shoot,
It's true. That's my mother.
Losers are on a different path.
That's a good way to put it.
They're taking a different path. It's not the path of the winner.
Now, but what if I were to say, don't you have to lose in order to win?
Oh,
yeah, you're right. Michael Jordan, miss a bunch of basketball shots, practice all the time, and lose one and to win. Yeah, makes sense.
So I would maybe losers are on a different path, but there's always a way to branch back to the path of light.
Yeah. Oh, they could be on the path to quitting. That's what really makes a loser, is when they quit.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the moment, they are a loser on the wrong path, but later they are not the loser anymore.
All is not lost, fellow losers. We can come back.
So those are way too nice of answers, everything. So let's get some mean Mac. What grinds Mac's gears?
Ooh.
What gets under your skin more than anything?
It's got to be something
in life. What gets under your skin, Mac?
Dishonor, man. This dishonor and acting like you have no respect for a team player, acting that you don't honor them by not listening to them, by not recognizing them being and making an effort, acknowledgement, that is, it really gets under my skin, man. It does. I'm so pissed when people don't want to just go out of their way just a little bit to say, hey, good job, and you did something, man, like keep going. No, they're just like, they don't even recognize it, man. And
is it only like bad people you don't like too? Like there's nothing that bugs you that's like a good thing that you just don't like?
Gosh, it's like an inner enemy inside of people. You can sense it. Like, I don't like those bad vibes, man. I don't like them. It's not much to do about it.
All right. What about children under 4 on an airplane? Does that get you mad?
No, I'm really good with traffic and airplane kids.
Really? Even though screaming and kicking and
Yeah, I can put my, I thought about this the other day and I'm like, dang, is this a reason why I have disassociation, which is, I think, a psychological problem? It's meaning I watched the movie Street Fighter when I was a kid, with the Jean-Claude Van Damme and the guy.
Yeah, the best one.
You remember the guy, the Hawaiian guy that was getting beat with the thing and the torture, and he's like, he's chewing on his thing. He's like, this doesn't hurt at all. And everybody else is like, oh my gosh, we're in a dungeon getting tortured.
I remember that, yeah.
How do you not, whatever? That stuck with me. He's like, oh, I put my mind in a different place.
Wow. This is why the movies exist, people. They touch people's lives.
Yeah, man. I was like, all right. And then another one, Blade. Oh, you get both worlds. You got the vampire, all the good things of the vampire and all the good things of the human. We hate you. You have everything. Well, yeah. Why would I want to take one or the other? I will take the best of everything.
Wow. That's a first. I've never heard his Blade as being an inspiring thing. I like it. So yeah.
Probably based off of inspiring people.
Wesley Snipes, yeah. He evaded taxes for like 20 years. He did a great job.
Yeah.
That's a long time to evade taxes.
And he's back in movies.
Yeah, back in the movies. Nothing happened. There's redemption for everybody.
There's redemption. He was a loser. Now he's a winner.
See? He lost at being a criminal, and now he's good again.
So, Matt, give us a little insight. So, of course, getting a little more in the obstacles. What's your favorite obstacle? What's your best obstacle? Like, what's your best, of course, attributes to these different events? And what do you struggle with when it comes to the obstacle world?
I love speed. I really love the speed in the obstacles. Anything that I can move fast, especially on my legs, it keeps me going faster than basically all my opponents. But it's when it gets really technical, like very, very fingertipish and very, very slow. And now we're slowing down the pace because it's so intricate and so detailed. You have to really focus.
What's an example?
The stage 3 Ninja Warrior and the tougher stages of the show Ninja Warrior. Yeah. They were there.
That fingertip shit's not good for a guy your size.
Yeah, they're challenging your endurance. I was talking to, I did a live, and I was, it's not grip strength. We have plenty of strongmen that have way crazier grip strength than any Ninja Warrior on the planet. Way, way more strong. It's that grip endurance. So it's wild, man.
It wears you quick. Yeah, being heavy.
You have to train that to be able to do that. And you know what? That's not really where my gifts are, but yeah, again, I'll train it. Same with this Spartan and the running and stuff. It's not really where my gifts are. So I have to work my ass off to adapt, to go to these different events, when really, if there were more events where I could just fly super fast for a short period of time, like a Broken Skull Ranch was, 5 to 7 minute obstacle course, and anything less than that. I love going all out effort, balls to the wall so fast that you can't even really pay attention. Like, you don't even know where your feet and your hands are. You just have to have faith that they're all going in the right place. That's how fast you're going.
I love this. I love that so much. I think that's awesome. That's a great answer. That's awesome. Wow.
So what's right now? Looks like your hair is in a great shape. You're looking very spiffy. Are you competing soon?
I just got done with a big run and ice bath, and now I'm wearing my recovery compression, eating my steak and my broccoli just to prepare for the unknown.
Where are you at, Mac, right now?
I'm in my house in Brooksville, Florida.
What's that up there to your above your head? Is that a bunk bed I see?
Yes, sir.
I love it. He's got a bunk bed. Oh man, I'm jealous.
Bunk bed. I'm just borrowing it until I get a bigger room or move to a new place, hopefully.
Man, you got to win them Spartan races. What are the payouts for Spartan race?
Oh, wait. Let me get back to what's next. This is going to be funny. This is going to be crazy. For one, fitness first, then the good stuff. Fitness is, it's part of our lifestyle. It's our job. It's our interest. That's where we excel in. So I'm going to be doing a never before done thing in Vegas this month, coming up in June from 1 to 14th. And it's going to be with a team of a few guys. I can't say much about it, but I can tell you after off camera. That's going to be challenging me a lot. It's going to be an Amazon or a Netflix documentary series type of. That's going to be
very nice.
Right. Right, that's coming out. And then June 6th, Ninja Warriors coming out, where you'll see me and Anthony and my Spanish teacher on the show.
I was so honored to be asked to be on that. It meant so much. It was so cool.
And here's the wild card that just came in today. I just did the background check. America's worst cook with
Yeah, sorry, I started laughing and interrupt you. So repeat that.
the Food Network biggest rating show, America's Worst Cooks.
This is awesome. I'm so happy you get all this because you're such a nice guy. You need everything. Put this man on television.
Holy mackerel.
They're doing it with singles now. And
finally.
Kind of person you interested in? And would you be all right to learn how to cook and meet the love of your life? I was like, yeah.
This is going to be fun. Keep me updated on this one because Ariana loves cooking shows, so it's perfect.
Do you believe you're a bad cook, or are you kind of going with the flow?
Well, I had to be a bad cook to get on the show. You cannot get on the show if you're not a bad cook. But let's get honest. I've left some food cooking and it burned up.
Yeah, I always think I'm a good cook. Then I'm like, no, I just grill chicken and stuff. That's not cooking.
That's how I explained it. I was like, look, I'm a fitness guy. I need to get back out to doing my work. I don't care what the food is like. It tastes. I could eat it cold, hot, whatever. Just give me the nutrients so I can get back out to lifting.
You're going to have so many funny, witty quips you can make about food and their nutrition content on that show.
Sign up, man. Come on.
Ariana would kill me if I did that show, a cooking show, and she didn't get on one.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, the worst cook.
Send me the link after this, though.
All right. Yeah, they're still casting.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
But Mac, that's most of my questions right now. But I know you had some questions for us.
Yes, it's for you guys, only both of you to individually answer, and also to help answer for the people, the viewers.
Nice.
So it's a multi-level question.
I got my notepad out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Write that down. All right, wing it. So how do you prepare and how do you approach the unknown, like an unknown event or the unknown that's coming up?
I mean, that's really easy. You learn the unknown. You always seek to learn what you don't know or do what you can't do. If you keep doing that, the unknown goes away. And
that's how you personally do. If, like, say Titan Games was kind of unknown for you, right?
Right. So yeah. So it was completely unknown. And so what I did is I made a conscious decision to stuck with what got me there, because that's why they casted me. That was my choice to face the unknown. It was a wrong choice. Come to learn, I should have lost 30 pounds, but that was my choice. You know, that's why I decided to trust in my abilities into the unknown.
So you found out everything you can, and you said, by what I know, I'm good to go.
Yep. Essentially, I looked at it. I didn't have time to do any meaningful endurance training because it was only like a 4-week turnaround from when they did the in-person thing to flew out there. So the other part of the question is,
I got to answer.
Well,
okay.
yeah, Mac, dang.
So you got to do your research. You got to do your due diligence, and then you got to make up a plan, and the plan has to be pretty comprehensive, and to a point where after you execute the plan, you have no regrets. So you got to research, you got to make a plan, and then you got to execute, and then you got to figure out the results and determine from there if you did a good job, bad job, or indifferent.
Infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier.
That's the meat of all, right?
It's good stuff. That's a good one, Nick. All right, what's the second part, Mac?
Second part would kind of, Cammy just put it all in one, but I know that you would do. That's what you did. But if you were to help somebody go to the, something unknown, I guess it's the same answer, right?
My answer is going to be trust in yourself. Trust in what you know and what you can do. I think we live in a time in a society in which we are obsessed with what others want us to do and with what others tell us. And we've lost kind of the societal instinct to take care of number one, because we're trying to please others so much. But you can't fill other people's cups when you have an empty cup. So I think if you look in, take care of yourself, block out the noise, that's how you face the unknown.
To help other people, Mac, you got to get them comfortable with the uncomfortable. So you got to put them, you got to get them out of the comfort zone. So whatever they haven't done or whatever they need to do, you got to get them out of that comfort zone. And the more time they can spend outside that comfort zone, that's where the growth happens.
It's true. I spent an hour today at a coffee shop, and I was so uncomfortable the whole time. But
what are you doing at a coffee shop?
I was there because I want to do something different and new that I don't normally do.
Drinking coffee.
No, I love it.
Yeah, drinking coffee. Like it was like one of those little cute coffee shops, you know, like a I don't know. It wasn't a Starbucks, but I was super uncomfortable because I don't belong there.
But what I love is like this is a strategy to confront the unknown, which may it be a different area of your life.
Be anything.
Yeah.
Yep. That's something you'll never get rid of is the unknown.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, where are we going? It's a surprise.
Or herpes, or I guess AIDS still. And I guess taxes. With death, you can't get rid of death.
It's getting more common in these competitions, the unknown, I think. I don't know if it's the same for strongman. They give you something to train for.
You give strongman the unknown, they'll complain nonstop and you can't run a show.
Well, that's what the military had pretty much taught you is like, you're going to be
adapt.
Right?
Yeah, adapt to survive.
Yeah. And basically both of you pretty much approach it with, okay, I'm going to find out every single piece of information I can about this unknown to make sure at least I have some confidence or something approaching it. And
another really cool thing people sometimes do is they delude themselves and go a little bit insane. So they live in their world. So you don't have to deal with the unknown because you control everything in your mind because you're insane.
Doing the same thing all the time.
Hey, it's the same thing. At least there's no one known.
World. Live in my own world.
It's the other way. I am the great cornholio. You got to pull it up. We just had a great cornholio for the first time since 1993.
You guys, I know you and the other strongmen listening can all relate to this, that when you put on a weight you've never done before, you know the plan, but now it's unknown that you're in the middle of something that you've never done. Say if it's a physical effort. You're like, man, I've never done that many reps, or I've never done, and you're just in the unknown sometimes accidentally and enjoying it. And you're like, this was easy. This is great. You know, how does that happen? Why does that happen to all of us sometimes?
I think it's fight or flight. I think that's part of it. I think we adapt again on the spot, right? You inherently humans don't like losing. You know, we don't like being on the losing end of things. We're wired that way. So that fight or flight with the unknown, you're going to do it to preserve your own ego, right? I think it's a biological response.
Yeah.
Mac, I watched a video recently of you doing some wrestling at an event. How was that? That looked a lot of fun. That's something I would love to do in a contest. But what was that for?
Yeah, this was for the top. It was basically like it was a one more shot for the runner up of the top 4 people. So it was first and second place people had to wrestle, and third and fourth place had to wrestle. Now you already were solidified in your first, second, third, and fourth, but they said, look, we're going to give a second chance. If you can take them out, you can move up a position. Right. So that was the end of the whole event. We all thought it was a surprise event. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I like that. So man, I would love to do shit like that, but I would get destroyed in Strongman if I tried that.
So that was like either you had to take him down or push him out of the ring. Was that the
no? All right. It all started a Broken Skull challenge. It was just the basic circle.
Yeah.
Push the guy out. That was it. No, you're not allowed to do nothing else. You have to get another guy outside. It's very simple, right? Then we went to the Spartan show. We did it, and they had a whole bunch of rules, right? But now we're with the elite Green Berets, Army, and MMA professionals that know what they're doing. And they said, look, we're going to watch you guys. We're going to coach you guys. You can choke out. You know, you can pin them. You can do whatever it takes to show dominance. That's how we're scoring this. If you go out, make sure it's clear that you're the dominant one. Otherwise, we're going to redo the match. So there was a lot of redos when people would go out because at the last second, you would like twist and shift your body and make it look like you were aggressive. So we're like, whatever. We don't want that sissy stuff. We want to show pure who's the champion, who's not. That's how we're going to do the point.
So
and that was cool.
if you held the man down and started hitting himself in the face with his own hand, saying, "Stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself," would that have been dominance?
Yeah, man, that would have been okay.
All
People
right.
that they wanted this energy.
Can you imagine that? Stop hitting yourself. I'm number one Spartan. Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah. And there was no really protection on weight classes. There's some, very concerned women about, oh, this person's not the same size. But, I'm so glad I'm talking to you guys and you guys are my friends, because nobody is taking my back when I'm entering these runs. When you remember when we did Tough Mudder, oh, those guys are big.
2018.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. We may be big, but we're out here trying. So are you going to stick up for the little guy when we're the ones that are way outside our comfort zone, and
no shit
for us out there against the little guys? So nobody.
And we killed it. That wall climb obstacle, we all killed that one.
Yeah, like our audience, big guys, like for Ninja Warrior. Thank God you're on the show, and we're over 200 pounds, and people can see, like, look, we can do this, man.
Yeah, seriously,
we can.
But that, for the listeners, that day we did 10 miles, and then me and Anthony were pooped out, and then Mac was like, "All right, I'm gonna do this again," and
he did 2 of them around us.
Yeah. And we were like struggling just to, like,
me and Nick both, like, we were both trying to act like we weren't, and eventually we were like, all right, dude, we're tired. We're both tired.
And we ate all of Mac's snacks. He kept feeding us because we couldn't keep up. He's like, "Here's more glucose."
Well, yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Trained together outside of the Spartan, and it's great to have the camaraderie we have. It's like science. It's like, man, we're coming up, man. Whether the people like it or not, the over 200-pound Clydesdale class, they call it in this other sport.
I love it. I think it's amazing. I think everything you're doing is amazing in that sport. I think you are opening a pathway to a lot of people. So that's awesome, man. Always to be a trailblazer is always an honored thing. So, man, I can't think of anyone better than you to take up that mantle.
Yeah.
So Mac, where can people find you if they want to learn more about King Mac?
Oh, thank you for that. And, you can find me on your cell phone or on your computer at Mack Roesch. Just type me in.
There we go. But we'll put a few social media links on there. Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, I have a little YouTube. It's not too active, but there's some good stuff in there. But if you just Google my name in YouTube, there's tons of footage that the Ninja Warrior and Exatlo has put up. Which is
Yeah, we'll get some good footage. Get on there. Y'all need to follow Mac, be part of his journey, and watch this amazing guy do this amazing stuff. It's pretty cool. There's a reason me and Nick love this guy. It's not, you know what I mean?
Let me add this, and thank you for having me on the show, and thank you all the Strongman people that supported me. It really boosted me that have these big companies who support Strongman actually reached out to me when I did Ninja Warrior, because at that time I was deadlifting 525 pounds. So I felt welcomed by the community and worthy, but I didn't really need to do that much weight, but it's nice to know that, there's a welcoming side to everything. And it's not something that you have to be afraid of to get into. Like, I'm not as big and as strong as you guys are right now, but look at us. We're hanging out. We're talking, we work out. We've done things together, and it's great.
That's all right. I've never been as good shape as you are right now. So win.
Me too. I wish I have that hair.
That's some good looking hair. That's how he wakes up, Nicholas.
Yeah.
I knew this was a big deal coming on here with you guys. I'm actually more nervous and excited with this live. I was so happy to do this, or not live. What is this called? Podcast. Yeah. This was I was looking forward to it, so I got ready, man. I know I'm in my bed, but this is me ready to go.
Good. Looks great on you. And I hope everyone at home enjoyed this episode. I know I did. And join us again next week when we bring you the next episode, TBD.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
But for next time, guys, stay strong.